אין לי מושג למה השם לא אוהב את אני, אבל אני אוהב את אני. I saw this vigilante who murdered a marijuana grower. Two marijuana growers. Of course, they weren't just growing marijuana. They were also dealing heroin and fentanyl and, any drug they could get their hands on. He was a principal, a First Nations member, a Native man, Native American, and he killed his local drug dealer. Now, my initial assumption was that was because his students at the school were having their lives devastated by drugs, specifically marijuana. That's how these drug dealers work. They start the kids on the marijuana, and then that gets them hooked, and then eventually it's not enough, and they need stronger stuff, and so the drug dealers secure an addict/customer for life, which is shortened because of the drugs. But then I kind of gleaned into the article a little more, and these two specific narcotic manufacturers and distributors, he had two daughters, and these guys got his daughters addicted to drugs. And so he killed his local drug dealers to save his children. Literally. Now, the government arrested him. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, right? They arrested him, and he's in prison for life. What the fuck? Shouldn't the government have arrested the drug dealers before they got the children addicted to drugs? Why is the government arresting the hero, but not the criminals? The same thing's happening in the United States, of course, etc. Oh, he's a good boy. And it's fucking insane to me. We punish the righteous and reward the wicked. If the government was moral, they would have arrested the drug dealers before they got children addicted to drugs and pushed drugs on anyone and everyone they could, but especially children. So this guy did the morally correct thing, because that's the only thing that stops these drug pushers: a bullet in the head. No pill to morality, no pill to intellect, no words will stop them. Bullet in the head's the only thing that works. You talk to your blue in the face about all, your drugs, they got the kids addicted to drugs, and, this one's dead in an alleyway with a needle in the arm, and this one committed suicide, and this one committed homicide on the drugs that you sold. This includes doctors. There are doctors who are being sued for these specific things. They prescribe medical marijuana, and then the patients committed suicide, homicide, etc. under the influence of the medicinal marijuana. Which, interestingly enough, I saw another two examples. One was in Baltimore. The vigilante started a war with the drug gangs. And it was almost murder, but he didn't, unfortunately, kill any of the weed pushers. He did kill somebody else, I think, allegedly. And I'm thinking, well, why aren't the police helping the guy who's fighting the drug dealers and the drug gangs? Why are the police helping the drug gangs and the drug dealers? That's insane to me. And then there's Florida. Good old Florida. I think it was Florida. Where a man who was a marijuana grower, apparently he was schizophrenic, like the marijuana made him schizophrenic. And he murdered 4 marijuana smokers and burned their bodies on his farm. Now, Florida is supposed to be a red state, right? In theory, it's supposed to be a conservative state. You got a DeSantis down there and all this stuff. So what kind of red state allows marijuana to be legalized, or CBD and its various extracts and concentrates, and then acts shocked when the marijuana causes an increase in homicides and suicides and vehicular fatalities and rapes and robberies and assaults, etc. That is one of countless examples of cannabis-induced psychosis. Now, what's really, really hilarious is conservatives are so dickless and so blunderingly incompetent, just bumbling, blundering buffoons, right? So inept. That even though that guy had been institutionalized for his marijuana, caused schizophrenia, he still managed to gain access to a firearm. And I'm grateful for that, because 4 less weed smokers in the world makes it a better world. I hope he gets to kill more marijuana users. The more marijuana growers, dealers, and smokers that die, the better the world is. That's objectively true. So why would the government help the wicked and punish the righteous? Why did Christians help the wicked and punish the righteous? And so forth and so on. Has our morality become so inverted that what's evil is good and what's good is evil in the mainstream, socially engineered moral system now? Ugh.